All right, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, children of all ages, we are live with yet another installment of our Old Humble Game Time Conquest of Nations, episode 3. We are, let's see here, this is the third episode, so we are in, go ahead and share the screen of our opening page here. I'll give you a glimpse of the other two games that I'm working on too. We're on day 2 of the game. This is where we're at right now. We're on day 2 of the game. There are no open slots, and no players that I know of have been knocked out of the game yet. This is the game that I was playing. Let's see here. I was playing as Georgia, if I'm not mistaken, and this game has concluded as of today with victory, and we will walk through the map real quick and see what you see when we get victory. So I had 1577. This was a coalition win. We had a total of 2179, 2,179 points. Come on, close. There we go. Now, per the map, I was all of Georgia down here in the southeast. I had taken over the Caribbean. Oh, we're getting really laggy here. I had taken all of the southeast into the Caribbean, the Bahamas, Cuba, Haiti. I did not take Yucatan, but I did start with Panama. What is this down here on the coast? What cheeky little monkey is doing this? Who is that? Louisiana sent some troops off the coast before they got knocked out of the game. And this game ended with a large knockdown, drag-out fight against Washington here in the upper northwest. Golly, really laggy and slow. And I had almost taken out all of Washington. Washington had stretched themselves down to the border here with Colorado. I had to go through Colorado and into Washington to get those guys. So we'll close this screen. That is what it looks like when the game ends. All the positions are filled back up. But let's get on with our current game we're on now, and we will close this tab, share this tab. Let's jump in and see what we're doing. I'm playing Texas. So I need to see. Make this screen full screen. Does that do it? Does that do what I need it to do? Yeah, that looks beautiful. Okay, now this looks beautiful. I can see stuff. Good. Okay, so in Texas here, we have now completed our acquisition of New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. I went ahead and sent this unit up into Missouri, so we'll go ahead and consolidate Missouri next. Get my face off the screen, shall we? Now, where to next after this? So I'm deep into Louisiana right here. We'll go ahead and go ahead and consume Mississippi while we're at it. And I may go ahead and jump into Alabama because it does not look like Georgia and Florida are doing anything with Alabama. So I may continue my march east, go through Louisiana, up into Nashville, make this kind of my northern border, maybe. Maybe start heading east and then turn north and work my way up the Mississippi River. Colorado doesn't seem to be doing anything active. Kansas, they took this piece of property, but they're not doing anything else there. What's interesting to see, the consolidations going on. Yucatan has forged an alliance. Yucatan and Washington, I believe, have forged an alliance, or is it British Columbia? British Columbia has forged an alliance with the Yucatan, which is interesting. They reached out and contacted me, and I said, you've got some consolidation to do down here, but if you finish your consolidation and start working your way up, I'll stay north of the Rio Grande. And basically told him, you've got free reign south of the Rio Grande. Do whatever you want to do. Because it would be really nice if I had a really strong southern neighbor. That way he can counterbalance against what's going on over here. California has consolidated into Nevada, but they have not taken, well, they've taken most of Nevada here. They've not moved into Utah yet, and Arizona is still secure. They've moved up into Oregon. Washington has moved down into Oregon, and Idaho has moved across into Oregon. So this is interesting to see this little interplay here. It's almost like these three guys divided up Oregon. I don't know why you would divide up Oregon. Oregon's a non-player state. They only have the one city of Salem. The rest is just land. So it's going to be interesting to watch. Montana has consumed up Wyoming for the most part. So Kansas is the only player state to the north of me. Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota are all three non-player states. Saskatchewan is a player state, but Manitoba is not. And it appears that Manitoba is still secure in his borders. So it's going to be curious. I think I've got a choice to make once I finish up with Louisiana, whether or not I want to go east or north. And I think at this stage, just considering things, I want to go north. I have received a message from Haiti requesting right of way. I will probably accept that request. I need to jump into the researches over here and decide where to go next with the research. I was thinking gunship, but we don't have the rare metals to go there. The alternative to that would be going in straight with the strike fighters. Strike fighters are better against armor. Gunships are better against infantry, I believe. Maybe I have that asked backwards. No, they're really good against armor, and these guys are really good against armor as well. But they're not as good against armor. I thought these guys were better against armor. They're actually better against infantry. So maybe that is what I'll do. I'll focus on the attack helicopters, build up a nice big battalion of attack helicopters, and use those as my vanguard when I start sweeping north and wiping out units. Now, another nice piece of technology is the guided missile program. These guided missiles combined with cruise missiles. Cruise missiles strike 30 damage against artillery, against our armor. So the guided missile program, along with the cruise missiles are fired by the helicopters and strike fighters. These guys up to, let's see here, where do I need to upgrade them to in order to fire missiles? They don't fire missiles there. Let's see at what level they fire missiles. They may not fire missiles. They may only come out of the strike fighters, and that makes the strike fighters super duper valuable. Because you can put 5 strike fighters out there with 5 strike fighters out there with those Tomahawk missiles, and they will destroy pretty much anything. So 150 damage all at once. I'm gonna have to check that out because it says the attack range is 400. We'll see. Gonna have to consult the wiki later on. So this is kind of the awkward stage of the game. We're into the second day. The only thing that we really have to do right now is consolidate our holdings and finish up with the land grab. And right now, the only land grab I've got available to me is Louisiana. I've got a whole fresh set of troops here, and I'm going to, when my armor comes online, I will send these guys north. I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got a handful of my armor coming out. Don't have anything in the build queue. So when that armor comes online, I'm going to go ahead and send them north, I believe, against Kansas. Go ahead and consume that state up as quick as I can. And then once Kansas is chewed up, then it's just a free run straight up through the Central Plains, through South Dakota, through North Dakota, all the way up to the Canadian border. That is kind of the next steps. So it'll probably be, episode 4 will probably be a bit of a time warp into the future from probably close to day 4 or so. episode 4. Yeah, probably day 4-ish, because a lot of the activity that's happened now, things kind of settle down. The first frenetic stages of reaching out and pushing the borders as far as you can. Now it kind of settles down. Now we kind of settle into a little bit of a pace where we figure out more strategically uh, how to move and how to consume territory in effective ways. So that's probably the next steps. Louisiana, Mississippi, wrap those two up, and I'll have a little Eastern campaign going on over here, and then we'll start a Northern campaign and find out what's next. Looks like Illinois has gone, and Iowa and Illinois, nope, they're still separate. The river separates them, so you can't see their border. And then Minnesota and Wisconsin, they usually consume each other as well. But it's curious that there's not a lot of consolidation going on over here. That's interesting and troublesome. It looks like Michigan has gone into Indiana, but Ohio, they haven't done anything with Kentucky. Interesting. This will be interesting to see. There may not be a lot of action over here, and that may be why this is the best way to go. But there may not be a lot of action anywhere on this map except for in the West. And if the action's going on in the West, it might be best just to leave them to do what they're going to do. So that's it for this one. I'm not going to run this longer than I have to, and we're going to go ahead and stop sharing that screen and get back to here. Cheers, guys. We will see you. The next episode 4, you'll see what's happened since then. Like I said, these episodes, I'm recording them live, doing them live, and then holding on to them for a couple of days, and then I'll release them after a couple of days. That way, if anybody in the game is watching these, they can't react and anticipate what I say I'm planning on doing. So it'll probably be at least several hours before I record episode 4. I'm thinking episode 4 will be in the morning. It is currently, the current time is, what is the current time? My current real time is 7:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. So it may be 12 hours from now before I even look at this again. Kind of allow the game clock to cycle through and the machine to do its work. Cheers and good night, guys. We'll see y'all on the next episode.